What up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one. Got my man Elton on the line. Say what up to the people, Elton.
What up, everybody?
Yes, sir. So look, before we get started, I want you to talk about the videos that you put out this week, so that everybody knows exactly where to find you because you've been putting out fire. But I know that it can necessarily sometimes it can go under the radar. So tell everybody about the videos you put out this week before we get into the meat and potatoes about the show.
You see, I put out Dak's contract extension. People seem to like that one, and my last one was a my actually thought on salary cap situation. Hell, I will post the links under the comments.
All right, cool. So we will talk about Dak's negotiations. As you can see, the title of the video is Dak worth 30 million? All right. So, I know that this should probably be a hot topic pretty soon. I think we got a couple people on. We got Jay Reed on. What's going on, brother? What's going on? All right. So, but before we jump into that, man, I know you had an opportunity to check out my video earlier about the power rankings that ESPN put out, and which was kind of weird, not weird, but it's kind of expected. But you had a chance to look at the rankings. So what do you think? I want to give you the opportunity to speak about it.
I actually looked over it a couple of days ago, and personally, I laughed. I said, you know what? A year or two ago, that probably would have sent me in a rage. But the damn reason why I laughed, because I'm gonna just give you four teams, because they actually had us at 8.4 victories with a 44% chance of making the playoffs. This is their rankings, and they had us at number 19. I'm gonna just go with the four teams who they had ahead of us. They actually had the Titans ahead of us with a 35% chance of making the playoffs and a 8-win total. They actually had the Seahawks with a 41% chance, but they actually were tied with us with 8.4, and they had the Falcons with a 42% chance and a 8.4. But they also had the Jags in front of us with a 26.8% chance and a 7.6 wins. So I'm thinking, who the hell is doing math up at ESPN? Where do you even now with the Falcons and Seahawks? I'm like, all right, y'all actually have us at the same win actually total, but actually y'all actually still give us a high percent chance to make the playoffs. To damn me, it don't even make sense personally.
I
But
think I think logically what they're trying to say is our division is pretty damn weak. But keep this in mind.
but
We're
they had the Eagles
weak
like at number
division.
8.
Huh?
I said, but they had the Eagles like at number 8.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So if our division's weak, why and we swept the Eagles last year, and I'm not quite sure what they added much different. If you ask me, I think they got weaker, but okay. I'm not sure exactly what they added to be at the number 8 spot, but hey, ESPN has its own logic, and you know what? They've been getting their ass kicked by Fox Sports for quite a bit. That maybe they gotta be a little bit more outrageous.
Probably.
Because I'm not sure if you had an opportunity to check it out, but it's not football related. But when they put out that whole "is Kawhi Leonard more clutch than Kobe" thing, like,
Yeah.
are we
I said,
begging
okay.
for attention at this point, ESPN?
And I even get controversial with it. With the number 1 team, Kansas City. Break break down Kansas City's 22 starters and not 22 starters. Tell me where they better than us at. Besides, okay, you can say Patrick Mahomes is better than that. Kelsey is better at tight end. And if you want to say what is left of the Honey Badgers better than what we have at safety, but the other 19 spots, where are they better than us at?
I totally agree. As a matter of fact, they keep picking up our scraps when it comes to the defense. Orlando Scandrick, Hitchens. Who else? Didn't they just pick up somebody else?
Damian Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, they just keep picking up the scraps from our old defense of guys that we don't want no more. So I'm with you on that. I definitely agree. They're better at us than kicker. Okay, I'll give them that.
Okay.
Yeah, woo. Woo.
I'm like, I will give you my Holmes and Kelsey. After that, who the hell is their starting running back?
I don't know. They lost Spencer Ware, didn't they?
Yep. Who are they starting receivers? Because Tyreek Hill ain't playing no time soon.
I don't know, bro. It's not he not a Cowboy, so you know how that go, man. Anybody that's not the Cowboys is not penalized the same way. You know, Zeke gets penalized for something they can't find. Tyreek Hill got his ass on tape. I bet you he played. So I mean, but I'm gonna break down some of the numbers from this year to last year, right? So Kansas City, they moved up 9 spots because ESPN did it from May 8th to May 8th. So Kansas City moved up 9 slots. New Orleans moved up 2 slots. The Rams moved up 2 slots. New England somehow moved back. They moved back 1 slot from where they were last year. The Colts moved up 26 slots. That should tell you all you need to know last year because these punk ass rankings had the Colts at number 32, you know, or number 31. The Chargers moved up 6 slots. The Chicago Bears moved up 21 slot. I could be honest with you and say I didn't see Chicago coming last year, but you know it is what it is. They're a pretty good, solid team. But I don't know if at that time did the trade go through? Did they already make the trade?
No, because they didn't get Khalil Mack till like damn near week 1 of the season.
Okay, yeah. So that's why they were where they were. So I understand that. Khalil Mack is that good of a player. Houston moved up 9 slots at number 8. Atlanta, for some odd reason, they love Atlanta. Even though Atlanta, I don't know, like Atlanta seems to try and make the sexy thing happen every year. I'm not sure what they did sexy this year, but I'm not sure what they did to be at number 9. I don't know other than
because if you look at them last year, offensively they didn't have no injuries. Yeah, Deion Jones being out, but Keanu Neal, but their actually team is based off offense.
Yeah,
and they lost Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, exactly. They lost Tevin Coleman. So, I mean, like, unless these teams had just extremely good drafts, I'm just not seeing it. Because not last year, but at the end of the year, weren't the Cowboys a top 10 power ranking team?
I think right now on everybody else's power rankings, they in the top 8 or 9. ESPN, all of a sudden, we're one of the worst teams in the league.
Well, I'm saying in ESPN's power rankings at the end of the year, like around playoff time or that last ones, I'm fairly certain we were top 10. Trying to figure out what we did to at least slide 9 spots. You know what I'm saying? What bad did we do? Who did we lose? Because we lost Damian Wilson. So Damian Wilson made us drop 9 slots.
I guess losing Rod Smith hurts.
Oh, yeah, Rod Smith. I forgot. Damn, Rod Smith. Woo. I guess bringing Jason Witten back out of retirement just made us worse.
I don't even think that moves the needle either way, personally.
Here's the crazy thing, Elton. Last year, based on these rankings, we were 5 slots up. This was after making Leighton Vander Esch and nobody knowing who Leighton Vander Esch was. This was after not knowing that Jalen Smith was going to come back from the drop foot. I'm just trying to figure out the logic here.
On paper, we are a lot better team this year than we was last year.
Like a
will
way
it transfer
better
to the fifth? Will it transfer in September? We don't know.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We didn't even have Amari Cooper this time last year.
No,
we had just Dez was cut.
Terrence Williams is running into light posts.
Yeah, so I mean, we had a lot of question marks this year, And then when I look at the rankings, I just look at all these teams that have even more question marks than we have at this point. Like Green Bay. Green Bay is number 12. Who's their coach? I even forgot who they hired.
The Titans offensive coordinator. I can't remember his name.
Oh, okay. So the Titans just somehow was knocking the scoreboard lights out, huh? Damn. The Titans. Oh, okay. So who didn't they lose somebody last year? Between this year, they lost somebody.
Oh, they actually coaches Matt LaFleur.
Oh, okay.
But actually, he's Sean McVay's friend, so they doing that everything. Whoever knows McVay, yeah, they actually liked each other posts.
I mean, yeah, you can like him all you want. I mean, McVay actually coached under Jay Gruden, and Jay Gruden can't coach worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? Like that knowing somebody crap, that don't mean a damn thing. I mean, but you know, Minnesota somehow is number 11.
I don't care if you got Kirk Cousins as your quarterback, you ain't winning. Till he proves me wrong in that, that is just how I feel.
Absolutely. I'm going to take the time right now before we dive in a little bit more to say what's up to a couple other people. Damo's here. Mark Holmes is here. What up, Mark? What's going on? Mark has a show going on at 9 p.m. tonight, which is on the hour after this show. What we kind of started doing was on Friday nights, we realized that, you know, most of the news, the Cowboys or the league don't like to release stuff until Fridays for some odd reason. So we want to be in prime position to get you guys the latest news. Meticulous Cowboy gave a thumbs up. What's going on? Damo said the Chiefs got Hyde. That's their starting running back. So, I mean, Carlos Hyde is pretty good. He's pretty solid. I guess Huggy Pacino Live. What's going on? How you doing? Let's see. Say JR Prod. What's going on? So we got a couple people on. All right, so let's jump to the main event, which is what our conversation is going to be about. And is Dak worth $30 million? And Elton put out a pretty eloquent stated argument earlier. And before we start that, a Huggy Pacino Live says, no, he is not worth 30 million. 20 based on the market, but not 30. And I'd say 20 million, 5 years and 45 guaranteed. Go ahead, Elton. What you think? You there? Okay, Elton is putting his show out there. Let me show that. He's putting his link up to his show that he did yesterday. Not sure where he went. I'm gonna send him another invite, but there he is, right?
Yeah.
All right. So in the comments, did you hear what Huggy Pacino Live said?
No, because I then went and posted that video in the comments.
All right, cool. So he said no, he is not worth 30 million, 20 based on the market, but not 30. And I'd say 20 million.
20 what? 20 what?
20 million. 5 years.
And what is after the two? What is after the two? A zero is not what he's saying.
He's saying 20 million. I'm saying 20 million a year. That's what I'm hoping he means.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit it.
All right. Let me stretch out and talk about this. 20 million. So I'm gonna just go with the guys who make more than that, which is Matt Ryan, Ben, Aaron Rodgers, and then Russell Wilson. I am totally fine with that because they all have made Super Bowls. But if you're going to tell me Jimmy Garoppolo at $27.5 million and has only won 5 NFL games, it is worth $27.5 million. He's only won 5 games. Not actually 5 playoff games, 5 actual games.
Damn.
Dak, and you want Dak to take $20 million, you are high.
You got a good ass point there because see, I'm a Jimmy Garoppolo fan. I really like Jimmy. I hope things work out for him. But let's keep it real. When he was traded to San Francisco, and then they won, did they win 5 in a row at the end of that year?
Like name 3 or 4, something like that. Yeah.
Whatever it was, he hadn't lost a game. And that got him a $27.5 million a year increase. Like that's what he's getting paid. If that's all it took. Keep in mind this, for the people that are saying, well, Dak got Zeke and all this type of stuff. 5 games, Dak has had streaks longer than that. You know what I'm saying? He went 13-3 his rookie year. That's damn near triple what Jimmy Garoppolo has won in his whole career, and he won that in 1 year. 9 games the following year. Jimmy Garoppolo has never even gone 9-7 as a starter. Then the following year, we go 10-6 last year, right?
Yep.
Been to the playoffs. Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't even played in a playoff game. He hasn't taken a playoff snap. Not even with the Patriots. Tom. I mean, obviously Tom Brady hasn't gone out injured or anything like that. Or they haven't blown anybody out, but he hasn't even taken a playoff snap. So, being as it may, being the argument that you brought up, the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo is at the $27.5 million a year conversation, Dak is at least at 30. At least. And that's not me being pro Dak. That's just me being a realist. Can you talk about some of the other guys that are getting paid? Because Jimmy Garoppolo alone makes the argument.
Because Sam Dan Bradford's not even starting, and he's making $20 million a year.
Damn. That's the backup market right now. $20 million a year.
I'm like, what the hell? Dak might as well play actually for free. But I'm even going a little further. I'm even going to talk about the highest paid quarterback in the league, Russell Wilson, who if you listen to all prognosticators, Russell Wilson is in a whole different league than Dak Prescott. Isn't that what's said?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. The year Russell Wilson won the Super Bowl, his completion percentage was 63.1. He actually threw for 33,000 yards and 3,357 yards, 26 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
That's Dak numbers, right?
Which is his second year in the league. You know what Dak's second year in the league, his actually completion percentage was 69.2%, 33.24, which that means Russell only threw for 33 more yards than him, and the completion percentage is a 0.2 higher. 22 touchdowns, which is 4 more and 13 interceptions. So he threw 4 less touchdowns and actually 4 more interceptions. And that's both of their second years. And hell, even last year, I'm going to just go recently, last year, Dak's completion percentage was 67.7%. He actually threw for 3,885 yards, 22 touchdowns, and actually 8 interceptions. Russ completion percentage, 65.6, 3,448 yards. He actually threw for a lot more touchdowns with actually 35 and actually 7. How are they in a just whole complete stratosphere? And people say Dak isn't accurate. Dak actually careers a 66.1%. Russ's is at 64.2.
Russ be missing some throws too now, bro. Like that's the crazy thing, man. Like, see, when you don't watch Cowboys,
and this ain't even
when we watch football outside of the Cowboys, like you don't really notice how much these quarterbacks be missing throws. Now, I've had Russell Wilson on quite a few fantasy teams. So I've seen quite a bit of Russell Wilson. Russell will leave some plays on the field as well. Now, don't get me wrong. He's very clutch. And I want it to be known that I think that Russell Wilson is better than Dak Prescott.
Yes, me too.
Better than Dak Prescott. So I say that to say this. It's not that far apart. They're actually more similar than they are far apart. As a matter of fact, if we're looking at it, we're looking at that playoff game last year. Who outplayed who? It's not like Seattle had a bad defense. Seattle coming in weren't they the number one rushing team in the league?
They actually was the favorite.
Yeah. So as a matter of, I almost want to say a lot of analysts had Seattle. They had Seattle winning that game based on the experience of Russell Wilson over Dak. So everything was in Seattle's favor other than home field. You got an elite top tier quarterback coming in to Dallas when we hadn't won a playoff game in God knows how long. And for somebody who was supposed to be so experienced, somebody who's used to deep runs, for some reason, it was like a 3rd and 17 where Dak had it was something like that, a 3rd and long where Dak actually stole the game with the run. Dak. So, yeah, I mean, people could say that we're pro Dak and all of that type of stuff all they want, but somebody speak to me when I'm not saying something that's a fact.
And let's give you some more facts. And let's use the top tier quarterbacks who everybody loves. Dak is a mid-tier. Dak since 2016, 32 regular season wins and then 1 playoff win. Phillip Rivers in that time, 0 playoff wins. Big Ben in that time, 1 playoff win. Damn. Andrew Luck in that time, 1 playoff win. Drew Brees in that time, 2 playoff wins.
Damn.
Aaron Rodgers in that time, 1 playoff win.
That was against us, Damn. Who else? Go ahead. I mean, go ahead.
Who else? Cam Newton in that time, 0. Carson Wentz, 0.
Carson Wentz hasn't won a damn playoff game, guys. Hasn't won one.
He ain't even stepped on the field other than tights and a damn sweatsuit.
What's our record against Carson Wentz? Like 3-1?
Yeah. No, it might be 3-2 because he damn played that last game when we didn't give a shit and they won. But
yeah, okay. I think
as far as actual games that matter, we only lost to him once.
Okay. Damn. So was that it?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna count Brady because Brady's won two damn Super Bowls in that time.
How many playoff wins? Patrick Mahomes got 1 last year, right?
One. Yeah, he got.
How many Deshaun Watson got?
0.
Oh, okay. But I can't help but to notice too, though, like going back on, and this is kind of what I want to talk about. And people can call it controversial all they want to. When I look at ESPN's list, like, for example, look at Baltimore. Baltimore's a playoff team that went pretty deep last year, lost to the Chargers. They're number 17. They're around where we are. You look at Carolina, but I don't think Cam's going to play, but Carolina's number 20. Let's see. Kansas City is number 1, but Houston's number 8. But I can't help but notice that certain types of quarterbacks, and I'm going to say it, don't get the type of respect that they deserve no matter what they've done, no matter what their team looks like, no matter how many wins they get. Because of Kirk Cousins can have a million different chances, and you're going to sit here and tell me that he's in a better position. You're going to sit here and tell me that Kirk Cousins deserves his money, but Dak don't. You're gonna sit here and tell me I can see Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was, he was an MVP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
He
went to
went
the
to the
Super
Super
Bowl. Okay,
Bowl. But you're gonna sit here and tell me Jimmy Garoppolo deserved his money. He ain't done a damn thing. He busted great. You gonna sit here and tell me Sam Bradford can demand $20 million? Was it $20 million a year as a backup or whatnot? $20 million? You gonna sit here and tell me? You gonna sit here and tell me that Baker Mayfield, who haven't busted a damn grape in this league, deserves more respect than Dak Prescott? You know what I'm saying?
people, you know what? And it's funny. Dak's bad year is 9-7. Oh, and y'all would have sworn we went 2-14.
Yeah.
His bad year is 9-7.
What I was getting at was, see, when you look at other outlets like NFL.com, I'll give NFL.com its respect when it comes to football because, yes, there are a lot of stories out there that, that they have to, put out there so that they get clickbait. But when it comes to the actual football and the rankings and stuff like that, there's actual logic to it. When it comes to ESPN, it's mainly just trying to get the blood boiling. Or when it comes to the narrative of ESPN, like they definitely how do I say it? They have an underlying racism problem, in my opinion. And no matter what, I'm gonna say black quarterbacks don't get the respect. And they're gonna sit here and tell you, and they're gonna sell you that Dak Prescott don't deserve his money. You know what I'm saying? And
that is true.
If you're not going to justify, like you brought up Jimmy Garoppolo or Kirk Cousins, if you're not going to question them and why they're getting their money, why are we questioning a two out of the last 3 years quarterback that's been to the playoffs that has won Rookie of the Year? Why are we questioning whether or not he should get his money too?
I don't know.
I don't want to make it seem like it's a race thing, but it kind of is.
It is, because there isn't a white quarterback who can be 32-16, won the playoff game, and everybody be wondering, should he get paid? They didn't damn question Andy Dalton when the Bengals made all them. They're like, yeah, Andy Dalton deserves his money.
Absolutely. But every week we hear like for me, what do we like? I'm trying to figure out what the quarterback position really is. Is it about stats? Is it about looking pretty? Because for the life of me, I can't understand. And I'm getting off the Dak train right now. But Lamar Jackson has done nothing but win games since he's came in. He got them into a position where, you know what? They were one possession away from beating the Chargers in the playoffs. Phillip Rivers. Why does Baker get more respect than Lamar Jackson? When it comes to, I'm just talking about ESPN and their rankings and what people think the value of what a quarterback is. Why does what's sexy go over the more important thing, which is wins?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm asking the wrong person. Maybe I'm asking the wrong people. Because you agree with me. I want to get somebody that disagrees. Somebody that can say, well, somebody that can tell me I'm wrong and point to where I'm wrong. Because when I'm looking at it, let it be told, what's the quarterback in New York?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Who gets more push, Sam Darnold or Lamar Jackson?
Sam Darnold.
What have the Jets done? They have probably equal rosters. Because the Jets they don't got a tore up roster. You know what I'm saying?
The Jets got some talent. They ought to be better this year. I think they'll be better this year. I think that's going to be one of the tougher games on our schedule, mainly because it's away. But, I mean,
Did anybody question Eli Manning getting that big ass deal? Yeah, you know what? I had to look at New York. Who questioned Eli getting that big ass deal? Did you see ESPN like the Giants shouldn't pay him, or is Eli worth all of this?
Because he damn wasn't worth his last contract.
What happened the last time Eli was questioned by somebody? Didn't they send his ass packing to Cleveland? It was like the narrative wasn't that Eli is stinking up the place. The narrative is Odell Beckham called his ass out. See, Odell Beckham was made to be the bad guy. But when it comes to like Dak Prescott, nobody calls him out on our team. You know what I mean?
They all love him.
They all love him. But it's ESPN that will question Dak Prescott's leadership, his quarterbacking abilities. But you'll let Eli Manning be trash and not say a damn thing about it. Maybe it's not racism. Maybe it is. Maybe it's depending on. Maybe it's political. I'm not sure, but I mean.
But even with that, it damn can't be political because Dak did what they wanted him to do. They damn wanted somebody not to kneel. He didn't kneel. Shit, and regular people killed him for that.
Yeah, I was one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, not that, you know, I mean, I get what he was trying to do, but my thing is, don't talk about it. You get what I mean? Like, don't talk about it. Why even address it? You know what I mean? That was my biggest thing with Dak. Why address it? Why make it seem like you're on one side when, you know what I mean? Like, you making yourself look bad in that situation. I get it. He's the Cowboys quarterback. You got to answer every damn question. There's nothing wrong with no comment. Nothing wrong with no comment. That was my issue with Dak. But you're absolutely right. Dak Prescott did everything they wanted him to do, and they still find a way to trash him. I get it, though. I get the inconsistencies. You can tell me that. You know, I'm quarterback.
But every quarterback is inconsistent.
Absolutely, yes, yes,
Tell me this.
yes.
Tell me this. How damn good did Patrick Mahomes look when damn Kareem Hunt left? Got suspended.
He didn't look the same. He was on record pace to break that record, and he didn't break the record. He didn't even come close.
And tell me this. Who the hell did the Chiefs beat all last regular season, other than the Chargers?
They beat the Ravens, right?
Barely. But they lost to the Patriots. They lost to the Seahawks. They lost to the Chargers again.
They beat the Rams, didn't they?
Nope. You remember the Rams beat them on Monday night.
Yeah. You got a valid point. You got a good point.
I'm like this. Look at damn Jared Goff going down the stretch.
Was trash. Was trash.
No, I bet ain't nobody gonna say last night. Look at his whole rookie year.
Trash. And he gonna get paid. Nobody gonna question that. But you know what?
Ain't nobody gonna say nothing about him getting his money.
Hell, what's name got his money and then got cut or traded? Damn Bortles. No, I get it though. Like, yeah, deep playoff runs and stuff like that. But if we're talking about what style is supposed to look like, at what point did you guys factor in like Goff looking like trash down the stretch?
And they supposedly had a better team.
Oh, the Rams were stacked, man. Actually, I'm not even going to say, I don't even know if it was necessarily Gurley because I think that Goff was starting to look like trash when who was that receiver?
Cooper
Kupp. Yeah, when Cooper Kupp went down, I think that really hurt him. I really think that Cooper Kupp had more of an impact than Gurley did because
damn CJ Anderson came through and
yeah, he did. CJ Anderson came through and put together a pretty good playoffs.
CJ Anderson's the reason why
they beat us.
Yeah.
He is the reason. So, I mean, at this point, like, I think that we both know, to be honest with you, $30 million a year right now is probably getting off cheap.
It is, cause you know Wentz is gonna beat Russell Wilson. So is Goff. So is Deshaun. Well, I don't know. They might not give Deshaun because we know, but
But
Patrick
Deshaun,
Mahomes,
here's the crazy thing about Deshaun. He does everything you say that he's supposed to do as a quarterback. His numbers say exactly what it is you want. You get what I mean? Like, how can you argue Deshaun shouldn't get his? He should be get. He should. His numbers is better than Russell's, ain't it?
yeah.
And he got. I'm gonna say he got less help because they got a good roster as well. But I'm just saying,
They O-line is trash.
Deshaun's gonna get paid more than Dak.
Probably.
Why don't you let Dak set the market, and then the other teams are gonna say, "Well, hey, Dak's getting paid this," and then they're gonna mess themselves up trying to go over what Dak has made.
And because, like I said in my video, they have built the narrative. It doesn't matter what Dak does. That ain't going to be good enough. Because you remember the Eagles game, he threw for almost 500 yards. Do you know the only thing that was talk about the throws he missed? Well, he actually could have got Gallup.
Or also, the other thing that was talked about was that missed, or was that offensive pass interference that they called or something like that, where they ended up scoring on the same drive. They talked about how bad the refs were. You remember that, where it was
Yeah,
or something like that?
Oh yeah, got it.
Yeah, and they ended up scoring on the same drive. So they made it seem like that was why the Cowboys won, because the refs cheated, even though they still ended up scoring.
And they never mind, they actually called the bogus offsides on Randy Gregory on the damn strip fumble.
Yeah, true.
How about that? What if we get that? I mean, because even with that big game, it was, well, he actually threw two actually early interceptions. So damn, he don't get no credit for bouncing back. That is then what you would say for Peyton Manning when he threw that 7 interception game versus San Diego.
Well, hell, I'll even go Cowboys. Remember when Romo threw Buffalo when we came back and won that damn game? And that was an ugly ass game, but you know,
yes, it was.
All right, Damo says Dak isn't a flashy QB like Mahomes, but all he does is win, and that's what matters the most. Agreed.
It's all because you know, you actually know what I want to see happen. Let's go 6-10, and damn Dak throws for 5,000 yards and damn 40 touchdowns. What would damn be the narrative then?
The narrative then. Dak can't lead. Dak can't lead.
Yeah, he is only throwing up garbage time stats.
Yes, yeah. Garbage. Yeah, you're right. It would be garbage time, but not like when they bring up Kirk Cousins numbers, though. You know.
No, because never mind, they always getting their ass beat. And he'll give you 2 late TDs in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I have a buddy at work. We have a fantasy football league. He picked up Kirk Cousins late or whatnot. And he had a really good team. He had the number 1 team in the league the whole time. He had a couple good.
Yeah, Kirk's a great fantasy QB.
But yeah, Kirk would play like ass, and then like all of a sudden throw like 2 touchdowns, and then he would have his quota for the week. All he would need from Kirk was 20 points, and he was good.
Yeah.
That's what Kirk is, man. And that's the thing that fans, we have to get away from. We got to get away from, oh, he gave me 30 points in fantasy. He's elite. We got to get away from that.
Yeah, he actually gave you 30 points in fantasy, but actually, never mind, they lost 35-17 in damn real life.
Absolutely, because if you're going off of like stats, let's go back in the past, because there was one quarterback that had a lot of stats. A couple of quarterbacks actually. One in particular was Dan Marino, and I do think that Dan Marino is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But if you look at a guy like Jim Kelly,
Dan Fouts.
Kelly, huh?
Fouts also, because
Yeah.
Fouts was putting up crazy numbers in the 80s.
Well, when I look at Jim Kelly, I don't think that Jim Kelly was a sexy quarterback, but he was. I would say that he was a leader of men. I would say he was tough as nails. I would say that team would follow him through any storm, even though they did not win a Super Bowl. You know, Jim Kelly, Jim Kelly offered so much value to Buffalo. Now he did not win the Super Bowl. Dan didn't win the Super Bowl, but I don't think you would ever hear an argument from anybody from Buffalo saying that Jim Kelly didn't have sexy numbers, but he's not worth as much to us as you think Dan is to the league. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think you would ever hear that. And so I say that to say this. I think that a Dak Prescott has the same value to us right now, and it's a little early, but he has the same type of value. He has the same type of grittiness that Troy Aikman or Jim Kelly had. Because you're never going to look at those guys' stats, but you're always going to look at the teams that they led. You're always going to look at that. Although I kill Troy Aikman a lot of the time because I think that, I think he could have been a little bit overrated. But what I will say is he was a captain of the ship. And, you know what I'm saying? If it was a bus, if he was a bus driver, I mean, damn it, you got to have a license to drive a bus, don't you?
And because I love Troy, of course, but I look at Troy. Troy actually passed more in the playoffs than he did in the regular season.
Well, why is that? We know why. You got Emmett. At that point, they got to stack the box. They got to stop your biggest threat. And then when that happened, Aikman came up in the clutch. He did. I will give him that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that he carried the Cowboys, but when we needed something out of him, we got it. And I will say that for Buffalo, really. I mean, except for losing a couple of close Super Bowls. I mean, we blew their ass out one time, but I mean, other than that, I mean, Jim Kelly was cerebral. And that's really what a quarterback is. Your quarterback is cerebral. Your quarterback is the backbone. I'm not going to say you can't do nothing without him. Because, Troy Aikman, went out a couple times. He had guys like Steve Berline come in. But I say that to say this. When you got a cerebral guy that people want to follow, you make sure that he stays around for a long time. You make sure that you don't give him some BS offers that he's going to come back and laugh at you at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do that. And keep in mind this. If we franchise him, how much are we paying him?
Over damn $25 million.
We're going to pay him more than that. Because who are the top? Because what Russell just drove up the market.
And so did Big Ben.
So I'm pretty sure somebody else is going to get another deal.
Because who are the top?
Paying them that money anyway.
No, he actually might make $30 million because Ryan, Rodgers, Roethlisberger, and actually Wilson's all over 30. So, and you got to make the money of the top 5. So I don't know who the 5th one is, but it might be Cousins. So then he's gonna be around 29.
Yeah. And first Cowboys said franchise tag for a quarterback is $24.8 million. That's today.
That is today.
That's today. Because trust me, there are quarterbacks right now going to their agents like, damn it, Russell did made you got to give me another deal. Russell making this. Trust me.
And I wish people stop being ignorant to what the salary cap is. Just because it'll average out to $30 million a year doesn't mean he's going to make $30 million every year.
True. And just because it say $30 million a year, like you said, don't mean that they can't move money here, move money there.
Yeah, because his damn cap number may be $12 million, but he may make $30 million, because they're gonna push it up the signing bonus money. And that is with everybody who's gonna get paid. Cause what DeMarcus Lawrence got paid like 60 million when he signed, but his damn cap number ain't 60 million. It is like 9.8 million this year.
And you did an excellent breakdown on one of your videos. I'm not sure which one it was, where you talked about how the Cowboys could pay everybody next year. I want everybody. We're not gonna get into it because I want everybody to go ahead and check that out. Which video was it that you said that you broke down the caps? Was it the frustration at the Cowboys? Yeah. So he's gonna put the link in the bio, but he's gonna put the link in the comment. But he did a video based on the frustration of the Cowboys cap, and he broke down how everybody could get paid and how it could be structured. So I think you guys should tune into that. But guys, Dak's contract honestly ain't gonna do nothing but help us, in my opinion. The longer we draw this out, the worse it's gonna be. I think that I'm in the minority with Elton, with Mark Holmes, with E2 Blue, and saying we got to get this hashed out right now. We get it hashed out right now. In the long run, trust me, it's gonna be a great thing. It's gonna
be my main thing. Because my main thing is this. All right, y'all don't want to pay him this year. Everybody thinks we're gonna have a good season. For the most part, we damn have another good season. What if he somehow wins an MVP, wins the Super Bowl? 30 million a year is not good.
You're right.
30 million a year is out the door.
Yeah.
30 million. Oh, wait a minute. You remember Dan Stevens? You said all those other quarterbacks have won Super Bowls. So have I. 40 million a year. These like
But Dad was a bus driver. No, y'all asked for a Super Bowl. We had a Super Bowl in 20 years.
So I gave you Super Bowl now.
40 mil. And y'all
40 mil.
Super Bowl winning quarterback, he can't demand 40 mil? Shit.
They're like this 40 mil. The damn cap has risen another 12 million. 40 mil a year. See me.
You're right. Absolutely right. But yeah, what I want to do right now is I want to open the floor up for some questions.
Hold on, yeah. I am about to put that video in the comments real quick.
Let's see. See, Copperface King, he brought up a good point. I love Romo, dude. I consider myself a ride or die Romo fan. But he said Romo ain't never win shit, and the fan base worshipped him. I think it was more so for me. I knew that the franchise did not really put together a team around him like they should have. It didn't draft the same way. Like, it wasn't the same leadership. Clearly, it wasn't the same leadership. I think if Will McClay was doing things a long time ago with Romo, I think that this team would have looked totally different. And I don't think that Romo would have been injured as much because I don't think we would have been dependent on him as much. And I think the defense would have been better. They built inside out with Will McClay, and I think that would have helped Romo. Damo says Dak will throw more passes in Kellen Moore's offense this season. Possibly. I think that there'll be more high percentage stuff, which I've been begging for, like things like screens and
bubble screens. Yep.
Because we do those well. We just we didn't do it a lot. I don't understand. A guy like Cole did well at those things, and we got a team that can do it. We can do that again. We got Amari Cooper who gets a lot of yak. Hell, you got Randall Cobb who gets a lot of yak. You got
Michael Gallup.
Yak. Hell,
Tavon Austin.
Yeah, we just Pollard's gonna get a lot of yak. I mean, we can get yak all over the damn place. So, I mean, I think that might not be a bad thing, and you keep Zeke a little fresh. Hell, you might even go empty and do a screen to Zeke and get some, you know what I'm saying, something simple or whatnot. Like, I'm okay with it as long as it's high percentage. That's really all the Patriots do anyway.
Yeah, it's high percentage stuff.
High percentage passes are the really runs. Let's see. Copperface King said Kirk Cousins' whole career garbage time stats. Absolutely. Salute, sir. That's the comment of the day so far for me. Copperface King also said, hell, John Elway had crazy stats, didn't win big till he got Terrell Davis. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. But I mean, there's gonna be people that disagree with what we're saying right now. And I offer you a chance to really like give a rebuttal as to like really you laid out one argument that I really that you can't really argue against. If Jimmy Garoppolo's making 27.5, how can you deny him his money? You can't. No matter how you slice it, no matter how much better you think Jimmy Garoppolo throws a football, he has not done jack shit compared to what Dak has done. Period. What has he won? I don't know, FedEx Air Player of the something like that, maybe, or of the week. I'm pretty sure Dak's probably won that at least once, maybe a couple times. Because he threw a couple times this year.
Because he damn won it versus the Eagles.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys tell me exactly what Jimmy Garoppolo has done that Dak hasn't done. You can
tell me what Kirk Cousins has done. Tell me what Matt Stafford has done.
Damn. I mean, besides lose to Dak,
all those guys are under 500 on win percentage. Kirk Cousins, Matt Stafford.
Yeah. So,
and even like I said in one of my videos, even if you think those guys are better, none of them are coming to Dallas. So,
exactly. Who exactly? That's a better. Here's a better question. If we don't pay Dak,
who are you gonna pay?
What should be the plan moving forward? What's the plan? That's what you ask people. If not Dak, then what? Because we should trade and get one of these guys. Think about what you got to trade.
Especially from where we're going to pick, you're going to have to give up at least 3 years of first-round picks. And if you want to go the simple route of losing, you're going to have to be at least 2-14. Who the hell wants to sit through a 2-14 season for a guy you don't know it is going to pan out?
Facts. Like they're going to have to put a slogan for they're going to have to come up with a slogan for Lawrence, but that's 2 years away from now. You know what I'm saying?
And that is to say, who is to say Lawrence doesn't flame out in the NFL? I don't think he will, but people didn't think Ryan Leaf would flame out.
I mean, in my opinion, I think Andrew Luck has flamed out, in my opinion. I don't think Andrew Luck is the quarterback that everybody thought he was going to be. Think about it. Last year, they built a line. They ran the ball a little bit more. His arm isn't as strong because he had the surgery. He was more of a game manager this year than he ever was. And I think that was probably good for him. You know what I mean? But Luck isn't the quarterback that they sucked for luck. What we saw last year, can you agree that the quarterback we saw last year is not the guy that everybody was tanking for?
True.
He might be a top 10 quarterback. Or I think for me, I have a hard time putting him in the top 10. I don't know who my top 10 is right now, but I mean, if I sat down and thought about it, he'd probably be right in the area that Dak is, in my opinion. Do I think he throws a prettier football? Absolutely. But did they whoop our ass this year? Yes.
And I blame that more on play calling. Personally.
Yeah. But I'm not going to say that I think that Dak is better than Luck. What I will say is I think they're in the same tier, is what I'm saying. I think they're in the same tier quarterback. Just like a lot of the guys you named. Like Matt Ryan. Even though he went to the Super Bowl, how can you really put Matt Ryan in a different tier than you putting Dak in? At the end of the day, if you're looking at recent success, Dak has had more recent success. When did Matt Ryan go to the Super Bowl? He went what? Dak's rookie year?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He won his rookie year. What he done since then?
Nothing too much.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. I want to give you time to go over to Mark's channel because Mark will be streaming in 5 minutes. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You got anything to say to the people before we head on out, Elton?
No, yeah. Just I actually put the last 2 videos in there. Watch them, like them, subscribe. I'm gonna be doing more, so I'm just getting started.
Yeah, so this is what I would say, guys. And make sure, Elton, make sure that you put it, because what's gonna happen is when this video actually goes up, the live chat will come up, but you're gonna have to re-go in the comments and put those videos. So go ahead and do that once the video is published online.
Right.
Yeah. But people that are on the chat, go ahead and check out his videos, man. Very logical points. And appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you go over to Mark's channel. I'm going to be in the comments over there as well, as always. So, all right, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe. Peace.